This wrestling episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are Nerd Corp Wrestling.
What up, everybody? It's WrestleCast Day. My name is Eddie Lyon, and all hail the OTC.
Fuck off.
Hey, this bloodline angle made me like Roman Reigns again. So
Real, bro. They switched the whole game on him,
man. With me, as always, is Derek Reese.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
And Mouth of the South, Merson.
Say. Whoa. Fuck a fake ass tribal chief named Solo. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. We're going to be talking about Summerslam. Of course, we just got done watching it. What a crazy SummerSlam. I mean, it was so good. Good.
Overall, it was a good show, man. I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah,
I would say from beginning to end, man.
Yeah. Well, and even the low points were not bad things. They were just
right.
Okay, well here's kind of a lull.
Segue, you know what I'm saying? To get to the next
this
thing.
Isn't that exciting, this bit, but like there was nothing glaringly actually bad.
Yeah, agree.
I'd
agree.
Not at all.
If you're new to our wrestling episodes, what we do is we go through each match, talk about who we thought was going to win, who actually won, talk some highlights, and rate each match. After that, we rate the pay-per-view overall. So let's just get into it. We started off with Triple H coming out, welcoming everybody to SummerSlam, asking them if they're ready. And then Jelly Roll performed the theme song for WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Liar, and to like a vignette of the match card. And that was pretty cool, I guess. I mean, I don't really fuck with Jelly Roll like that. So
I mean, I don't really care about Jelly Roll, but like on top of that, it seemed like the music was just there as a hint. Like there wasn't like the music was so quiet compared to him singing that like it might as well, the band might as well have just phoned it in.
I'll say this.
It was odd.
I know before Jelly Roll started doing all this country, like kind of pop rock shit he doing, he was a rapper before that, and he got some slaps. But I also will say, I do like that Son of a Sinner song. I'll be singing the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I wish they had the music like way louder.
Son of a Sinner. That shit hard, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish they had the music way louder. I wish they had I wish it was bassier. Like I don't think the bass player was plugged in even or something. But
like it was like they were,
the mix was off for sure.
Yeah, it was way off.
Like they were playing at a bar or some shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. But I mean,
it was fun.
Jelly Roll is super marketable right now.
So absolutely. Absolutely.
It was a good, WWE is mainstream as hell.
Oh yeah.
So it's, it's only right they're going to do mainstream shit.
Yeah, absolutely. We start off with Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. So I predicted that Liv was going to win. I think we all did.
Yeah,
I think everybody but Nick
I think we was living across the board, man.
No, I think Nick did too.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Across the board. Yep.
Yeah, Nick did too. And she ended up winning due to interference by Dominic Mysterio.
Boy.
Yeah.
Some good old betrayal, man.
Right? Like, and I figured that's what that was going to be. Like from early on, like they were doing this back and forth shit way too much for them to not pay out with Dominic just being like,
See, exactly. I mean, I knew a betrayal was coming, but I figured it was going to be after the fact. Like I was figuring that Dom would help her, and whether they were successful or not, that she would turn on him. But I was thinking she was going to fail, and that was going to be like the ultimate, like, that's it. Fuck you, Dom. I'm done. And but
right.
I felt like
ultimately they pulled a switcheroo on me.
I felt like it was pretty obvious that that's what was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It kind of sometimes WWE doesn't do the best job of disguising these things.
Right,
it's like right, it's written on the wall, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, to see it play out actually the way it did, I wasn't expecting it exactly to go that way, I guess, in my brain. But I mean, it was cool regardless. And I mean, I felt like it's something like this is needed. This is SummerSlam. This is one of the big four events. This is where a lot of changes get made. This is where factions break up, and so I think you needed moments like that, at an event like this. And I mean, it's gonna have people talking. It's gonna have add more layers to the story, and it's gonna get interesting.
Yeah. Some of the highlights that I had on there was when Rhea dislocated her shoulder.
Yeah.
And I even called it. I was like, it's time to ram your shoulder into the turnbuckle.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Yeah, we
They're
gotta
not, you're
play
not
on
gonna
the
not
injury.
yeah, you're not gonna not have Rhea like just be this dominant, like crazy person that's gonna just all right, I'm good, let's go.
You got to play on the injury, man. And she did the perfect, psycho chick thing by, it was dislocated and she rammed it into the announce table to, put it back in place. You know what I'm saying?
She was just like, yeah, all right, I got it.
I was like, that's the crazy chick move. That's what they would do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, kudos to that.
I mean, say if I were Dom at that point, I'd be like, maybe I should second guess this Liv thing.
Right.
Yeah, but it was at the beginning of the match, it was kind of like a cat and mouse thing, which I figured it would be. Liv been running for her life, every time she see Rhea lately,
right?
Since she came back. So of course that was the game to be played here. But I
felt like that went a little too long, though.
I agree.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been. It should have been for like a couple minutes, and then it's like, all right, let's get to it.
Yeah, but it was pretty much like 5 minutes of her just fucking.
Yeah, right? They dragged it a little bit too long.
They did.
They should have did that, but yeah, it just lasted a little too long. They should have got to it sooner.
Liv pulled out that dope ass crucifix driver, and that was pretty
cool.
Yes,
that was nice.
That was my highlight.
That was probably the best, the highlight of the
in
match,
terms of spots.
Yeah, exactly.
My real highlight was all the cake.
Right,
man, double cheeked up
on a Saturday afternoon. Good just Lord. Fucking
and it was out. It was everywhere. During the cat and mouse. At one point, Rhea dives back into the ring, and the cameraman is right fucking behind her.
Oh, I saw.
Oh, he catching them shits. Yeah, he know. He know what to put on WWE YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying?
WWE, give that man a raise.
Right?
He deserves it for catching.
And then the one where the ref cam, where Liv is going for the pin.
Yep.
There's some dirty old men.
Yeah, they some freaks in the WWE, man.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
They know their audience.
Just it's crazy. Dom setting this whole thing up for the betrayal. Taking the chair from Rhea, and then being like, "No, you can't win the title that way. Like you can't only to flip it and tell Liv about hey, I got it right there for you." To help her win the match, and then actually them him like picking her up off the ground like after the match and like that's that fucking Eddie Guerrero. He Eddie's kid, bro. I'm like that is that's exactly some shit Eddie Guerrero would do. Dog.
It's true.
Like,
well,
it's
and
true.
that was funny. I loved like that little smirk he had before, like you were really sure that he did it on purpose.
You like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like,
what's he smiling for?
I saw what that looked like, but it was that what I thought it was? And then he confirmed it.
Yeah, like within seconds, it was like perfect.
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, those were pretty much like my main highlights. Were that? Do you guys have any other highlights that you wanted to share?
No, not necessarily. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I mean the whole fucking thing was solid as shit.
Yeah,
like
I
mean, and like watching that match, one of the things I kept thinking was like, not that Liv's, been in any way, like she's never had one of those times where I've just been like, God, dude, you are sucking hard and you need to get it figured out.
Yeah.
But like, man, like watching this match, I've just been thinking like lately, she has just been getting better and better. Like,
she's looking a lot better.
Like she's always been solid, but she's looking even better.
She's looking better, man. And motherfuckers hate it, but shout out to Dom. He getting licked on his face. He kissing on Liv. He got a wife, like wifey, girlfriend, and mistress. You know what I'm saying?
That man does not work.
Doing his thing.
He doesn't work. He goes to get licked and kissed on and hugged on all day. Like that.
I gotta respect a player when I see one.
That is the life.
I gotta respect a player. I'm from the age where the players is at. Like I gotta respect it, bro. Like man.
Like that is the life. That boy doesn't even work.
I bet he's happy as hell to go to work. And then he go home. He go home to a pretty wife, and she probably just chilling. Like, oh yeah, this is part of work, babe. Yeah, whatever. Like like what? That's the life, dog.
It really is. So
crazy.
My rating for the match, it was a 3 for the match overall. It was a 3.5 per match with the story. I don't know. It felt really fast. Like everything just kind of went really quick, and I felt that about the first couple of matches. But I feel like the match could have been better with just a couple more minutes. But the story at the ending, the betrayal with Dominic, I think really like elevated it for me. So yeah, that's my rating is a 3.5.
Yeah, I mean I would have gone basically the same without the story. But for me, I would say like just the story and the funness of it and how well everyone is playing their part of it. I mean, I would say a 4.
Okay.
For everything involved.
Nice.
I'm a second year sentiment, Eddie. I say 3.5 overall. I think it like the match itself wasn't anything great. There was even though there was some good storytelling within it. I kind of agree with what you said. I feel like it should have been a few more minutes to really make it into a whole good contest. You know what I mean? But
they could have cut out a couple minutes of the running around and done some
right.
actual storytelling with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But overall with the whole, the Dom situation, the betrayal, like that story, like I almost gave it a 4 because of that, but I just feel like the match itself should have been a little bit better. So that's why I gave it a 3.5.
Cool. And for those that are new to the channel, we rate it from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Our next match is Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. I predicted that Braun was going to win.
So did I.
I said Sami.
Yes, I did. That's right.
Yeah, you said Sami at first, and then you changed your mind.
I initially said Sami, and then because I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, because Eddie and I had already had a conversation about that match.
Right.
And I was like, oh, actually, no, you know what? Like, based on what we said, I had already decided that I think Braun's gonna take it.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, no, that's not my real prediction. This is what I meant.
Right. And Merson, you said Sammy, right?
I said Sammy, yeah.
Right. So Braun ended up winning. As
so
far
suck
as
it, Merson.
right.
Fuck you, dude.
As far as like highlights, there weren't really that many. I mean, it was pretty much the same match from.
It was quick, bro. It was I feel like it was even like quicker. Like it was because the last match they had together was pretty quick too. But this one was like it was basically just a squash. Like there wasn't really like Sammy barely got any offense. Like, and if he did, it was like in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And Brian pretty much dominated after that. And it was before you knew it, if you blinked for a second, it was like new Intercontinental Champion. So, I mean, shout out to Braun Breaker. He's got a great look. I can definitely see how they can build him to be a champion in the future. And he's on his way.
I mean, and he's got a great pedigree, of course.
Yeah, he's got the lineage. Yeah.
But like, man, that's one of the things that really concerns me is because when Eddie and I had been talking about the match, we were both going, okay, well, they're probably going to have Sammy drop the belt because obviously everybody's hot as fuck on Braun,
right?
And they'll have Sammy go for something bigger and better. And after that match, I kind of don't agree with that second part. I don't know if they're gonna.
I still think he will, because
I mean, they certainly could, but like with how just gnarly of a squash that was, like
I
people
feel
are
like
gonna have that memory.
Well, I mean, I feel like that plays into the whole underdog persona that Sammy has.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I suppose.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I could just as easily see them going and moving on.
Right. Right. And for me, along with another prediction further on, I was like, well, this sets up for this thing, that we'll talk about later, because I feel like Sammy's at that level of over where right now you can put him up there in that.
I'm just really concerned that they're going to just fall back on Sami Zayn comic relief.
Right. Or they just throw him back into the mid card.
Hopefully not. I'll say this.
Exactly.
I'll say this. I think Sammy, being as multifaceted as he is, and over as he is right now, I think there is a pocket, from kind of agreeing with what you said, Eddie, for him to be in a main event picture, right now. I didn't really after hearing what y'all said, it makes a lot of sense. But I really didn't expect him to lose tonight, because I just thought that maybe, I know everybody's not gonna have the Roman Reigns title run or the Gunther title run, and I know that's not gonna be the case for everyone, but I did think he would have it a little bit longer, maybe till like Survivor Series or something at least. But I mean, it is what it is. I get why they gave the belt to Braun, and it's only gonna get better for him, and I think get better for Sammy too.
Yeah, I agree. Apart from that, though, the match was solid. I mean, no real botching, no real anything. It was still exciting. I was still very much entertained. I gave the match a 4. I feel like those two really worked well together. They have a really good chemistry together, and it made me believe that like Braun was like worthy of the Intercontinental title.
I mean, I would give it a 3.5 just because, I mean, there wasn't anything glaringly bad in it, but it was the exact same match we saw from last time. Like it's, I mean, it's The only thing different was the finish, really.
Yeah. No,
and so I've, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you this time, Derek. I'm gonna say 3.5 as well. The match was solid. I mean, there was nothing special, nothing I hadn't seen before.
Right.
I did think that it displayed that Braun is a force.
Right.
And I mean, we've been seeing that and been knowing that, and they've been pushing them that way. But it's like, okay, continue to make him dominant, because when it gets to that point where he's, competing for the world championship or the WWE championship, undisputed, whatever it is, and he's facing, guys that are seasoned, and you know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna help him a lot, like look better when it's his time to be champion. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I think they're marketing him the right way, and that was good. But yeah, overall, quick match, nothing crazy, solid 3.5.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of why they had Sammy drop the belt to him at this point. When you're booking him the way that they are, I don't think it's believable like that quickly. You know what I mean? Like they're booking him it's almost like they're booking Goldberg, except it's a Goldberg who can wrestle.
Yeah.
So like how long can you go without him winning a title and still have people believe that he's this, brutal monster?
Force.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got to win.
But anyway.
You have to win mostly to be a dominant force.
Yeah.
And that means you're gonna steamroll over some motherfuckers and take some titles. Like, that's exactly what Goldberg did. Like he won all the matches in a row. He was the US champion, like maybe like 20 matches in or some shit.
Yeah.
And then they just kept, it's how you did textbook shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do appreciate that they let Sammy win before he dropped.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And at WrestleMania against Gunther, I think he deserved that big moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So the next match is LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship. I think we all predicted LA Knight.
Yes, sir.
And
thank
fucking goodness that he
won. This one Nick differed on, right?
Yes, actually, yes. Nick chose Logan Paul.
He was the only one that picked Logan Paul. Right?
Right. We all picked LA Knight, and I'm glad he won, because had he not won this match, that would have been it. That would have been permanent burial.
It was just like I was saying in when we were talking before, like during the Shield's group chat, and I was saying, like, if he loses this match, he's automatically stagnant. Like, there's no, like, what's he gonna do? And
it's like I was just saying about Braun. Like, you can only go so long without him getting a title if you're pushing him to look like a dominant force. And had they not had LA Knight win tonight, that would have been the end of that story, because you can't keep him looking dominant after this long and having him fail to win title after title.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even say dominant on his part. I would say, like, just the fans fuck with him. Like, he has the fans. He's over with the
in
fans.
his case, it's definitely more of
like
how over he is than wanting to make him look like a big monster.
Like, you got to lit, like, they would really just be ignoring the shit out of the fans if they didn't give him that US championship. Because it's like he's
100%.
It doesn't matter like what he does, like, and it's he sustained it, and he's made kind of more of a believer out of me, because I always thought he was good, and I always thought, it was like, damn, the crowd really fucks with him. But it's been a couple years, and it's like he hasn't lost any steam, so it's like, okay, now, like, you got to put a title on this man.
Yeah, absolutely. There were a lot of highlights in this match for me. I mean,
oh my god,
that little pop-up third rope elbow that LA Knight did, where he like starts off on the second rope and then he pops up to the third and drops down. That twisting springboard moonsault that fucking that Logan Paul did.
Yo, that was fucking crazy.
So I was saying I've never seen it done like that. Like he was backwards to the rope, and he jumped like he almost did like half a turn and like jumped and landed on the ropes and did that shit. And he did it super quick. And I was like, yo, what the
And it was so solid too.
That was like superhuman shit. I was like, what the hell, bro? That dude is a hell of an athlete.
He like momentarily turned into Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting the golden pairs, bro. Oh, you know what's funny? Since you said that, because he did that little weird ass split leg drop and that was definitely a Simone Biles move, dog.
Right?
Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen her doing that tumbling out there. On the
mat. It's crazy. Hate on Logan Paul all you want. That motherfucker is great in the ring.
Which I do, and I know you do as well, Eddie. Like, we do not like Logan Paul, and we've said this ever since he got into wrestling. Like, we hate him so much, but he is so fucking good. It's infuriating how good he is.
It's like I said before. He's my wrestling stepfather. I hate him, but I respect him. But I respect him. You know.
And he's the thing about him too is like he's so good. He's so in tune at getting people to hate him. Like he knows exactly what to do to piss people off. You know,
which is why I'm glad that he became the heel that he did, because at first they were trying to get him to be like a baby face.
No,
and it just wasn't working out.
That would not have been natural. There's no way.
But the moment that he turned heel and got all that heat on him, it was he's up there. It's the reason he was able to go 200 some odd days with only 2 defenses, and it was still okay. You know what I mean?
Because that's heel shit. Like, you know, run from the competition so I can keep being braggadocious and hold on to my belt longer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it just added more heat to him, I feel like. There was also that really nasty superplex brainbuster thing that
I feel like he was supposed to extend his legs.
I feel like Logan didn't. I feel like he didn't rotate like he was supposed to. Like,
well, I mean, I think he rotated mostly okay, but like, had he extended his legs, that would have like sent him the rest of the way over that he should have.
Right. I think he just
it looked kind of it looked rough when he landed.
It was crazy. What was it? What else was it? MGK interfering with the
Too bad Jelly Roll didn't come out and like smack MGK
right.
Body slam his ass real quick, man.
That shit was so crazy to me. And that funny thing that Pat McAfee said, he goes, "It's fashion, Cole. It's fashion."
Ain't nobody dressing like that, bro. Let's keep it real, man.
He looked.
Like, I'm not coming on the podcast to diss nobody or nothing, but like, come on.
It's okay if it's MGK,
right? he was dressed like a rollerblader from the 2000s.
Oh, for real. He was dressed like the motherfuckers in that movie Kids, bro.
Yeah.
He look like he'll pull up on a skateboard and sell you some weed, bro.
What's that skateboarder movie?
There's a couple that's coming to mind.
It was like it was a comedy.
That might not be the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of what the fuck is that shit? Lords of Dogtown.
Yeah, Lords of Dogtown. No, not that one. But it's the one about the 4 dudes who started like a skate company, and then they go and they go into a competition or whatever. I'm just trying to remember the name of the movie.
Yeah,
like a fucking
Grind.
Okay. I don't know if I don't think I've seen that one actually.
Well, he was dressed like one of those motherfuckers with a Fred Durst blue flame shirt.
It was give me something to break face ass.
Oh man, God.
Yo, I also got to shout out the LA Knight, man, when he pulled up with the Prime truck.
Mhm.
And they said he destroyed the prime. Bro, he busted out one window.
Yeah,
dog.
he
Right.
literally
Right.
busted a single
what the hell
window.
And he
y'all
didn't
talking
even
about?
break it
Like,
the first time. Like
no,
you
No,
saw that
no.
this shit slip and it like
he
busted the tint.
did.
It like scraped out some of the tint.
Yeah, it took him the second time to do it. He did it. And he was like, there you go.
He
Yeah.
destroyed the
Like that was
prime
a real
truck.
moment. I feel
Yeah.
like he was really like, oh shit, finally. Like,
Yeah.
that was funny as hell, man.
Overall, it was a super solid match. It was like the match
yeah.
that kind of like got me into it. Like the other two
Yeah.
matches were very entertaining, but this was the match that I was like, okay,
this one stepped it up for sure.
yeah, this
Yeah,
like we're like,
big
all right,
time.
we're starting to ramp it up. We're starting to get going.
Which I mean, it should have, because if those two don't step up anything that they touch, like
Absolutely.
that's surprising, you know.
Right. I'm really excited to see where LA Knight goes after this. I mean, he's got.
Definitely.
I mean, now that the U.S. championship is on a more full-time wrestler, like the matches that can come from it are going to be, I feel like, phenomenal.
Yeah, this was a great one. I mean, even the end, how he won, reversing the buckshot lariat. You know what I'm saying? That was
it was
clean
so
as
clean.
It looked so clean, like how he did that. And he pinned Logan Paul's shoulders to the mat in the Browns inspired get up, looking stupid as hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
At first, it was weird for me. Like when he was coming down the aisle, at first I thought that the jacket was not orange and white. I thought it was red and white, and that it looked really weird. I was like, why is he wearing like a red and white, like US sort of thing with orange pants? Like doesn't it took me a second to go, oh wait, no, it's all orange. It's all orange.
Yeah. No, I thought the
same
thing. No, I thought the same thing. I give that match a 4. I mean, it was really entertaining. The spots were immaculate, of course. No real botching, no real like anything bad.
Well, except for like Logan, wasn't there that one spot where Logan Paul like would not roll over?
Oh yeah, there was that one spot
there
where
was
he didn't.
that,
where he just took his sweet ass time.
He was just laying there, and I think
he
the ref was like,
that.
"Roll fucking over, bitch," and he was like, "Oh, right."
Yeah, but other than that, it was a good match. It was a 4 for me.
Yeah, I just because of Logan Paul sort of forgetting his fucking job. I gave it a 4 as well. Like, because for me, like that one would have been a 5 if it, if I wasn't being nitpicky. But because I mean, there were just not only was it super solid, but there were some dope ass spots in it, which we didn't really get any of that in the first 2 matches.
Right.
So like that was just a really nice departure from that's good, but it's not anything special. Like that, there was some special shit in that match.
Agreed.
Yeah, man. 4s across the board. I agree with pretty much everything y'all said. There were some great spots in the match, some exciting spots. We didn't really see too many other exciting spots in the first 2 matches, so this one stepped it up. Was a little more entertaining. We got the outcome that we were looking for, and the crowd popped like a motherfucker when it happened. Like they went crazy, and that like all of those things add elements to the match itself. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was a good match. It wasn't I wouldn't give it the great title, but I would say it was really good. It was solid. It was really good actually, and it definitely turned things up for what else was to come.
Cool. Very cool.
You and your giant ass jug of water.
Hey man,
I'm a thirsty boy.
When your eyes dilate, you gotta hydrate, man.
That's true. It's true.
I'm about to share right here. I got something else in this cup over here too.
Don't
get it fucked up, baby.
Our next match is Nia Jax versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. Merson, you and I predicted Nia, and Derek, you and Nick predicted Bayley.
Right.
Yep.
Nia did win.
My first oof of the night.
Right. And I feel like Naya's improved so much.
She has.
Yeah.
She has.
Oh my God.
During this run, she is easier to work with. It looks like
she's safer.
She's very much. She's very, very safe. I noticed it too during the first time she lifted Bailey up for that Samoan drop. That pop-up Samoan drop, because before she used to put her whole back into that fucking Samoan drop. And I saw that this time she just kind of had it. She used more of her lower back to be a little safer. So I honestly think she deserves it. I think she was very good. She did everything the way that she was supposed to, I feel like. And it was pretty good.
I wish that, because I mean, this is literally since King and Queen of the Ring. This is literally the only time she's ever come out in a crown, and that makes me kind of sad that she won the belt, because now she's just going to be the champ, and she's not. Like, I wish she had leaned into the Queen of the Ring stuff, like, people in the past have.
Right.
Like,
I mean, she still could, really, like.
I mean, true.
There's nothing that says she can't come out there with the crown and the title,
That's true. That's true. I mean, I hope that would be nice. I hope she does, because like, I feel like that's kind of, I mean, it's not just a badge of honor to win the King or Queen of the Ring, but like, you gotta King Booker it up, you gotta
exactly.
For real. Now he did the best with that. Like, he took
absolutely.
that to a different level. Like, for
you
real.
gotta do it, And
And
I really want her to like soak that up,
I do too. I feel like, what was it? Xavier Woods won last year's King of the Ring, and Zelina Vega, I think, won last year's Queen of the Ring, and it was an afterthought. Like, it was just
real. Yeah.
I mean,
just came
Zelina did a little bit more with it than Xavier Woods did, but not much.
Yeah, it came and went. It really was. Yeah. Like, I barely even remembered that until the King and Queen of the Ring this year came up.
Yeah, agreed. Same.
And Zelina mentioned it.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell won last year? I don't even remember. So but agreeing with what y'all said and expanding on it, like, Nia Jax, I think she's more than earned this opportunity to shine. She came back, and ever since she's came back, she's done amazing work. I said that back. I said it back when she had that match with Becky Lynch on Raw.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, I was like, man, that is the best I ever seen her look.
Yeah. And she really did it. She really stepped it up.
And like, she went back to square one.
Right. And then she had that match with Rhea earlier this year. And it main evented, and it was a great main event.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, like, that was a really good match, bro. Like, they put on a good show there, and it's just been improving and getting better, and her promos have gotten better, and like, her whole character that she's developing is starting to click. It's starting to work. And I gotta point out, when she did that rolling senton earlier, like, it was so smooth.
Dude, that was fucking dope.
That was so crispy. And it's, what I'm saying? She's, like, for her to be implementing things like that into her arsenal as a performer, I'm just like, and her getting, going up to the top rope and missing leg drops and shit like that. It's like, it's crazy for me to see her doing that, because you would not have thought that you would ever see that from her, and
agreed.
I think it's dope, man. I think she's really, really coming into her own. And crazy too, I shout out to Bailey too, because she did some things like, I didn't know she was that strong.
Yeah.
Holy Bailey, dude.
She picked that girl up off the turnbuckle and walked her to the middle of the ring and power. It wasn't just how some people just grab them and
and
it's like
down.
It's like that was easy, but she walked that. She took like 5 steps, and I was like, wow.
I didn't think she was gonna do it. I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. And I was just like, as soon as she started walking her, I was like, oh, okay, that's what Bailey's about.
Yeah,
like that.
Right?
that was crazy.
Like, god damn.
Yeah, just the whole just like I really like everything they did in this match. It was really good. Like even the storytelling element of it, like when Nia was she pushing Bailey in the face, talking about, oh, I'm clumsy, I'm reckless. Huh? Like even just that,
Yeah.
like I'm like, man, I like this. I like
Yeah.
what I'm seeing
No,
here.
I
Like
agree.
this is dope.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was a very solid match. Seeing Tiffany Stratton come out just kind of just like ruffle feathers,
The
I think was,
tease.
yeah, I think that was cool. I feel like both Bailey and Nia like showcased a lot of like, well, not, I wouldn't say they showcased, but they shut up a lot of the doubters. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
because unfortunately Bailey's title run wasn't that great for me.
We talked about that,
Mm-hmm.
we agreed on that. It was like there was nothing really memorable about it. It was just like there wasn't really any great matches. I mean, besides this one, I will say this one was,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but
I mean, what a match to end on too. Like,
right, exactly. It's like,
damn.
damn, like I wish you could have had a couple more of these.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, other than this, it wasn't really too much to talk about,
Yeah.
with it.
Oh
And
yeah.
then and even the one before that, with EO Sky, like when she had it, it wasn't really
Agreed.
memorable either. So it was just like, when was the last time there was a memorable, championship run from a woman? But I mean, that's probably another conversation. But going back to it, the fact that, it took her 3 annihilators,
Yeah.
and and Bailey kicked out of one,
Mm-hmm.
and then she did 2 in a row to beat her. Like
Yeah.
all of that was like, man, this is dope. Like,
Yeah. It really showcased how much they respect Bailey in strength,
exactly.
But yeah,
Well,
I
Yeah.
gave it a 4.
so for me, I mean, I gave it a 4 as well. Just because they both of them showcase things that we are not used to seeing from them.
Agreed.
And that was just really cool. I did think it was really weird that they had that little spot prior to the match with Tiffany Stratton and Nia talking about, you better not fucking try, you like, oh, promise me. And
Yeah.
then after the match, after Tiffany Stratton had come out to try and cash in, they were like, hey, all right, awesome, anyway, and just like didn't even like
So
address that at all.
so the way that it worked out in my brain logically was that Tiffany Stratton wasn't cashing in on Nia, she was trying to cash in on Bailey.
Well, yeah, but
So because if I remember correctly, Nia was like, when I win this title, you better not cash in on me after.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but like I thought they had also had, a whole thing of like, I'm gonna beat Bailey, don't cash in because I want this. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
was
no, I
that
get
was a
that
whole
too.
thing that they had
Yeah.
already had. And
Yeah.
so like it just seemed weird that she wasn't even at least a little bit upset that she tried to cash in. She
I
was
mean,
just
I'm
like,
I'm sure they'll work it out on SmackDown or Raw or
yeah,
wherever,
yeah,
so
but oh well. I mean, either way, like everything else was great. Like
yeah.
the whole fucking thing, like the Bailey to belly that she did on her was fucking wild. And then to follow that up a few minutes later, carrying her off the turnbuckle, like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was good.
I mean, that was just wild. Bailey, like, I mean, in terms of like my favorite parts of the match, like for me, and with Nia was just, how much she's improved in terms of safety, in terms of precision, all of that. And then for Bailey was just seeing those wild fucking moments that like I never
Yeah.
would have expected to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna jump it up just a little bit. I'm gonna give it a 4.25
Okay.
because I really enjoyed it. And this was at this point, this was match of the night, easy.
Yeah.
And again, going back to just kind of reiterating what we said, just the improvement with Nia, doing both of them doing things that we hadn't seen before. Neither one of them do, you know.
Yeah.
Finding out Bailey was that strong tripped me the fuck out.
Right.
For real. And I'll say I jumped it up to a 4.25 too because of that little ass smack Nia Jax gave me. You know, so I was like, oh, that gives you an extra 0.25 right there.
That's why Bailey's so strong. She needs strong legs to hold up all that ass.
That's true.
Hey man, salute. You know what I'm
saying? Cool. Well, we go on to the next match, which was probably the most disappointing match for me, which was CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as special referee. We had all predicted that it was going to be CM Punk that won.
We did.
All lost it.
Yeah, we did. We all ended up losing. Drew McIntyre won in the dumbest fucking way.
Oh my god.
That's the worst part of it. Not that CM Punk lost, but because whatever, but the way he lost.
Yeah.
Like that was just.
It was lame. It was lame. The story was lame. Okay, like it just okay. Here's the thing. I get that there were probably really maybe too high expectations.
Maybe
with CM Punk just coming back, his first singles match. You know, he only did I think he had one match and then maybe the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that was it. And then he got hurt and he was gone for all that amount of time. So maybe the expectations were a little too high, but the way this shit's been built, it was just like, damn, like, dude, I can't, like, this is the shit to see. Like I thought like this was the real main event.
Yeah, right. That's what you said too. Right. Yeah, the real main event is coming up.
Yeah,
and we all thought the same thing though. Like we all thought the same. I thought this was going to be a banger.
The build up was so perfect. Like the sizzle was there. Like it was just ripe to be such a good cap to the story.
Exactly, and they kind of fumbled it, man. They fumbled it. It just didn't. I mean, there's a lot of things that I didn't really like about it. Seth being the referee, I feel like he was a little bit too involved.
Yeah,
I feel like he played a bigger part than he should have. In my mind, I was thinking like, okay, like he's gonna get in there a little bit. Like he might have one argument with CM Punk, might have one argument with like Drew or something, and then whatever. But it was like multiple times, like he was arguing, like they was going back,
and it was like back to back to back.
Yeah, I'm like, man, fuck that. I want to see them punch each other. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I agree.
And it was like, to me, I'm expecting, like, as much as it's been built that they hate each other, I'm expecting like a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm expecting them to get to it, and there were like barely flashes of that.
Yeah,
and it was like, it just wasn't. That just wasn't it to me. It was like, it should be more intense than that. But that could also be due to Punk just being back and not trying to gas him out too early.
You don't want him to get injured again immediately.
Exactly. There's other factors which I can understand, but I just didn't. I was disappointed, and of course, in the bracelet shit. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, dude. There were three different times where that bracelet became a problem, right? He had him in the Endicon device, and he was like, "Oh, it's my bracelet." And then Seth picked it up and put it on his
that
wrist.
First one, I get. I'm okay with that first one.
Yeah.
And then the second one where Seth, being a referee, picks it up and puts it on.
For safekeeping.
Yeah, for safekeeping.
Why wouldn't you pick something up off the mat? The point you made, Derek. Why would you not pick something up off the mat?
Exactly.
You're a ref. That's what refs do. Like, the fuck, man.
And it was I don't know. What was the third one? I don't remember the third one.
I was so checked out.
I think
don't
like
even.
yeah, it was like I'm trying to remember my damn self, but I think like Punk like he put the go to sleep on Rollins.
Oh, right. And then he
Took
took
it
the
off his
bracelet,
wrist. Yeah, like
put
he
it
took
back
it
on
back
his.
off and put it back on his wrist. I'm like, bro, like,
Yeah,
like you said, once, and we said it earlier, one time you can do whatever little shit with the bracelet.
Right.
One time.
Right.
But this ain't about no fucking bracelet, bro. Like this is
yeah.
this is a grudge match.
Well, and that's the problem is that everything they decided to do in this match, they did over and over and over again. The bracelet over and over and over again. Seth getting involved over and over and over again. Like they went to the well way too many times on every little thing.
No, I agree. And it also for
that.
me throws away the entire story, because what was the whole story? Drew McIntyre wins the title at WrestleMania and gets too distracted by CM Punk, and CM Punk costs him the title. And Punk was the whole time was like, well, you got distracted. You shouldn't let your emotions get the better of you. And what fucking happens is that fucking CM Punk lets his emotions get the better of him. It was fucking shit storytelling.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it just wasn't. It didn't pay off the way that you would have expected for that long of a buildup and that good of a buildup. You know what I mean? Like the way they was doing that shit, that was like some attitude era shit they was doing.
Oh yeah,
and it was just like you expect you see that, and then you get to the big event, and you expect to see an expansion of that. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like the buildup was done with such caution and precision, and then the cap off to the whole thing was done so ham-fisted and just heavy-handed.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and it was just
I agree.
It was just like, let's just fucking end it. Let's get it done. Come on.
I agree with that 100%.
I gave this match a 2. The wrestling was fine, but the wrestling got interrupted too many times for them to fucking do whatever it was the fuck they were doing. It was exciting because it was Drew versus Punk, but it didn't pay off like like I feel it should have. So that's my rating.
Yeah, I mean, I just gave it a 2.5 right down the middle. I mean, it existed, it was there, and it was fine, but it was just not it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Derek. I gave it a 2.5. It was just it was. I was for what it was, what I felt, what I had in my mind that it should have been. I didn't get even a fraction of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and here's my hope. I'm hoping that they recognize that, okay, they stunk it up on that. And the next, because I mean, Drew took the bracelet back, the stupid ass bracelet. He took it back. So hopefully that means it's not over yet. And hopefully that means they got another chance to have the match that they're supposed to have.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm hoping that that they do that, and that if this isn't the first thing that Punk says it should be, is that you know what, I talked shit because you got distracted, and then I let myself get distracted. Like if that's not like the first thing out of his mouth, I'm just done.
Yeah, I'm over
Punk.
it.
It's a wrap. Yeah, you gotta do something else.
Like at least acknowledge what you people fucking did.
Right, exactly.
To us.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yep.
Before we get into the last 2 matches, we've got merch. redbubble.com/nerdcore podcast. Get our sayings, our logos, and all types of good stuff on shirts, mugs, placemats, G-strings, whatever it is that we have in there.
I got one.
Yeah. I got the Nerdcore condom. So,
shit. Busting, you get smart, baby.
We've partnered with Dubby, Dubby.gg, and use our promo code NerdCorp to get 10% off your order. Derek and I have both tried it. It doesn't give you the crash. It doesn't do all the things. I'm not here to gas anybody up. And we partnered with them, whatever, everybody partners with them, you know what I mean? So it really does the thing. Gives you nice smooth energy, whether you're gaming, working, or whatever, and it doesn't give you that nasty crash. And they got good flavors. So try them out. If you love us and want to support what we do, consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcorp podcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra content and bonus episodes. If you can't make a monthly contribution, consider supporting us on PayPal, paypal.me/nerdcorp podcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that's the best way to do that. So on to the next match, which was Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I predicted Gunther.
I did as well. I think, right?
Predicted fucking Damian Priest.
You predicted Damian Priest.
Idiot.
You and Nick, I think, predicted Damian Priest.
Kiss my ass, Derek.
You fucking dummy.
Gunther ended up winning the World Heavyweight Championship, which is what I feel is going to lead to Sami Zayn versus Gunther at WrestleMania. So from here on out, I want to see like Sammy's steady climb, and then I want to see like, I want the title, and Gunther's going to give it to him because he's a fighting champion and he wants to bring prestige back to the great sport, and have Sammy lose that one, and then have him build up again to WrestleMania where it's Sammy versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it'll be just a banger. Damian Priest did really well, I feel like, in this match. Like he really showcased what I saw when he first won the title. To me, when he first won the title, I was like, oh, cool. This is a chance for him to showcase himself, for him to be, because I wasn't hot on Damian Priest at all when he first came up to the main roster. Like, I was like, this is the most boring fucking man ever. You know what I mean? Like he just didn't.
Well, yeah, but now he's got the bad bitch hair.
Well, he's the last couple, right. Just put your rosary in there, baby. Just so I really feel like this really solidified Damian Priest even further.
See, I like when Damian Priest first got it, like I thought it was gonna be cool. Like I like Damian Priest's look, and like I thought that it would be a really cool run, and it just has been pretty fucking boring.
It really has. Like they're like, I haven't seen a defense where I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be dope. But even then, like, the further he got into his run, the more I was like, oh, okay, this guy's good. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I can see him now belonging in that picture.
Yeah. I agree with what you're saying, Eddie. What I was never too high on him. I just was kind of like, okay, he's there, he's a dude, you know what I'm saying, whatever. When he got the title at WrestleMania, I was kind of surprised about that. I wasn't really expecting that to happen at that moment, but I was kind of cool that it did happen at that moment. And then I was like, okay, so I wonder if if this is like, I really believe in this guy, or is this like some transitional shit? And then, it kind of turned out that through, getting further into it, I was like, damn, he's actually, I'm actually kind of turning into a believer,
Yeah.
Like he's actually making me believe that he can be a good champion,
Yeah.
And I think it was what really did it probably was that match against Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank.
Okay.
When he when they had that rope issue or whatever, and he tumbled out that shit and ankle was hanging and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was fine, like actually, but he played it off like his foot was still hurt, like through the rest of the match.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, he really played that off really well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was like, all right, he might be serious. Like it might be, something more to him than what I've seen so far.
And this match ended up being a banger.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Did. Yeah.
It was great.
It was good.
It was great.
I'm glad they dropped the Archer thing.
Yeah, the Archer infamy.
Yeah, that was some cornball shit. Like
it was so goddamn dumb.
Like, what is this, bro? Like, stop it. And there was no way he was gonna be a champion doing that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely not.
No way.
Agreed. I loved this match just because it's what I wanted the CM Punk and Drew match to be. It was just knock them out.
Exactly.
Fucking smash mouth, fucking
bombs.
Just
dude,
bombs.
I mean, because he was bruised and Gunther was bleeding within like a minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
they started off throwing bombs at each other. Like they got to it. Like you said, that's exactly what I wanted to see in the CM Punk Drew match. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to just come out there and start throwing them.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. And it was throughout the whole, they didn't stop. Like they went at it.
Yeah.
They smacking the piss out each other, like I ain't never seen, I don't know if I can recall a time I ever seen somebody chest bleeding from getting chopped.
Let alone Gunther's.
Yeah, it's Gunther. Like Gunther is the one who be tearing people's chest up.
Yeah.
That was crazy to me. So, the fact that Priest is one of those people that can match strength with Gunther.
Yeah.
Because you don't really see Gunther against a lot of people that can match strength with him.
Right. Like you see Drew McIntyre, Sheamus.
Yeah, right. That's
really it.
That's about it. And when he picked him up for that Falcon or the Broken Arrow and tossed him, like he tossed his ass. I was like, damn, that's a strong bitch. Like, because Gunther ain't no fun. That's a big dude, bro.
Yeah.
And for you to be tossing him in the air like that, you got to be strong.
I mean, thank God he's not quite as big as he used to be, but
right. Back when he was Walter.
Walter. That boy was drinking them pints,
dude. Like pints of fucking cream or something. God damn.
Yeah, he was big. This is what makes Gunther one of my favorite wrestlers of this era, is that not only is he dominant, but when it comes time to sell moves, when it comes time to make the other wrestler look good, he does that. Snap in a jiffy, and he does it so well. He is
I think he's underrated with that. Like,
he really is.
I don't think people even like peep that when they watching the matches.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he's super giving to the opponent when it's time to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like he is so well-rounded, like an all-around wrestler. He is absolutely in my top 5 of this era, because I feel like he's there to work, and you see that, and then he does a good job of doing it.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I would say when I saw that match with him, the first match with him and Ilya Dragunov. Back in NXT. Was that NXT? That was the UK.
Yeah, NXT UK. I think.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is like one of the closest things to like a real like fight in wrestling I ever seen.
Yeah.
Because they was beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, they were.
Like I was like, oh my
really
God.
were.
Like I'm sitting there watching this, like, bro, how can they just sit here and take this from each other? Like, this is insanity. But it was classic. It was one of the best wrestling matches I ever seen in my life. Like to like stand by that.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree.
And to see him develop and go to the main roster and be able to do what he's done there, having the crazy Intercontinental title run, and I knew it was only a matter of time before he got a world championship, and And I think what's so dope about Gunther as well is like he's almost like a throwback. You know what I mean? To like a early 90s, like late 80s, like kind of style of wrestling.
Yeah, where it was just kind of where it was very more physical, more
it's more smash mouth shit. It's like it's more like I'm punching, I'm tossing you around like shit like that.
Like I'm not here to do flips. I'm not here.
It's not about these acrobatics. It's I'm gonna smack your head off your shoulders.
Exactly.
Like, it reminds me a lot of Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great comparison, bro.
Yeah,
that's how I know motherfuckers is some wrestling historians for real. That's a great comparison. Bro.
Yeah, like a Nikolai Volkov, Iron Sheik, the foreign, evil guy.
That style, like,
was there to just fuck you up.
It's funny because they don't even need to, and they don't. But they don't even need to be as, I don't know, ridiculous about being obvious about it.
Right. Exactly.
They don't they don't need to just lay it on thick like they did back then.
Right.
Exactly.
Like he's Austrian. We get it. He's Austrian.
We get it. We know what's up. It's fine.
That's cool. But
he's doing the Imperium, the very Rome, very like sort of Hitlery sort of thing.
Very much so the fucking the German fucking
it's like if you took Christoph Waltz's character from Inglourious Bastards, the German dude from Inglourious Bastards, and just turned him into a wrestler.
Exactly,
because he has that menacing presence, and he has that air about him where he's intelligent. He knows he's a student of the game, and he'll fucking come after you, and people are afraid of that, and people, I think.
But he's also he plays it great with the pompous fucking, attitude that he has, like your whole. He told Damian Priest his whole fan base was street trash, bro. Like what? That's definitely some Hitler shit. Like
exactly, exactly.
And it's like it's dope that they're doing that, but not going that far to that level. Where it's like, okay, now we're uncomfortable.
Right, where his finisher isn't called the final solution or some shit.
Right.
Well, because like either it would be too much to where it was uncomfortable, or it would be too much to where it was okay. Now this is a little cheesy.
Exactly. Either way, that could go.
You're beyond the pale now. This has gotten ridiculous.
Yeah. For sure.
The main highlight of the match for me, I think, was just the fact that Finn Balor came out and he was like, "I'm coming to help you, Damien, and I'm coming to, I got your back, this, that, and the other," and then he puts Gunther's foot on the rope after he does the South of Heaven choke slam.
Crazy.
Which I think is a funny name for the choke slam, because it's really just another way to call it a choke slam from hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
They gotta, they can't call it the same shit.
Right.
And that is a really fun like turn of phrase too. South of Heaven choke slam.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Like that sounds dope when you say
it's fun to say.
Yeah.
But man. I mean, this is a great match, man. Great match. More betrayal.
Yeah.
More betrayal. It's done for the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and that's the thing. Like as soon as Dom, betrayed Rhea, I was like, oh shit. Like, what does that mean for everyone else? Because
exactly.
And I said it too. I said it right after that. I was like, it might be the dismantling of the Judgment Day.
It's because it's got to be. Because what do you do at that point?
What else can you do? Yeah. Like Dom betrayed Rhea. Rhea is like the leader of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
now like
what?
Dom can't be there anymore. Rhea's already trying to get everybody to go like, what the fuck? Why is Carlito here?
Right.
Right.
Straight up. So yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, this was yes, great content. You know, the fact that Damian Priest is tall as hell and he could do top rope Hurricane Ranas and shit like that. Like that's impressive to see somebody that stature doing stuff like that. You know,
right?
Oh, absolutely.
So it's man. We can go ahead to the ratings.
Yeah, I gave it a 5. This match was match of the night for me. There was all of the action that I wanted. There was all of the tension. There was the added story that I wasn't really expecting so soon.
Yeah.
You know, because I thought the dismantling of the Judgment Day was going to be a slower burn, but they were just like, "Nah, throw Finn in there, let's go."
Yep.
So I'm happy for that. It was the match that really just kind of saved it after CM Punk and Drew, because I was like, this is probably just going to go downhill, but no, they picked it right back up. Everything was solid. The amount of blood that we saw was cool, like, because we weren't expecting it. They weren't gonna use it, right? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And so I feel like as match of the night, this was a 5-star for me.
I mean, I would go with that too. I mean, if for no other reason than the fact that my boy Finn Balor is now going to be able to go strike back out on his own, do his own thing, not be a Judgment Day lackey.
Right?
Like,
God, I want Demon Finn back so bad.
God, I want that so much.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact, though.
Like, and you know, I guess maybe calling him a Judgment Day lackey is a little bit not just reductive, but a little bit exaggeratory. Like, you know, he had some cool moments and everything, but still,
he's wasting. He's wasted.
He's not at his full potential.
Not even close. Not even close. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. I mean, I'm really super excited for all of these guys from Judgment Day to get to do their own thing, you know?
Right, because they're all great. They're all great on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carlito, I'm excited to see what Carlito's going to do. I mean, I could see Carlito going for the U.S. title and trying to have a nice little feud with LA Knight.
Yeah.
You know,
man, that would be great. That
would be super.
Promo battles would be great. Yeah. That's a home run right there.
JD McDonough is absolutely talented.
Can go, bro.
Yeah, bobblehead McDonough.
He hasn't.
both Finn Balor and JD McDonough look like dwarfs that outgrew their dwarfism.
Yeah, I don't know that JD. To me, JD doesn't look like he outgrew it.
JD looks like
head, bro.
Like MODOK with a torso.
Yeah, he does. But he's in the process of growing it. Like, it's still not fully grown yet.
Yeah. Because, you know, I don't know, because, you know, dwarfism, it's like, you know, 3 feet lower, right? And so they just kind of kept growing to a point where it was like they're like 5'8", 5'9", you know what I mean? I mean, Dom's only gonna go up from here. I could see Dom in the US title picture too. I could see it, you know, I could see everybody in the Judgment Day thriving, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So this is only gonna do good things for them.
For sure.
You know what I think would be really funny? If this whole thing with Liv, if she started trying to like push him to reconcile with his dad, and like just all of the funny mishaps and missteps that would happen there. That would be fucking
a lot of different
amazing.
ways it could go. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So there, you gave your rating, right? You said
yeah.
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
It just gotta be different. You just,
I mean, whatever. Fuck you. I don't care. No, but I mean, it was a great match of the night, and I said it even before. I was like, potential show stealer.
Yeah,
is coming up, and you know, they went out there and they did pretty much exactly what I expected. I expected it to be a fight. It was a fight. We saw some blood. We saw some real, like, some shit that done. You know, we all know wrestling is scripted and choreographed and all of that shit, but we saw some shit that we know wasn't fake.
Yeah.
You know? And I there's always has to be that element, I feel like, in wrestling to make it because you're gonna have your matches where it's like everybody's doing a million flips, and that shit is cool too. But then you gotta have the shit that's like, oh, we really punching each other and slapping each other and kicking each other in the stomach and shit. Like you gotta have that a little bit. Yeah. So I think this was the match that brought that, and it was a great contest. And with the storyline with Finn, fucking over his boy, you know what I'm saying, and the potential for that, because that match got to be right down the pipeline, and it's gonna be crazy. That, like the grudge match is that's gonna be wild. I'm looking forward to that, just as a because it's always cool to see the dudes that were in the faction together, that were cool, that was homies, and now that's over with, and now we beefing.
Yeah,
that's always been a pretty cool story, and how it plays out
it's so cool how they've in the month or two previous to this, leading up to this, it's so cool how they've like planted little teeny seeds of Finn getting like more and more annoyed at how things are going.
Right.
So like it doesn't seem weird or out of nowhere.
Right. It seems like it's right. It doesn't on time,
it feels earned,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great way to put it there. I agree.
Yeah, so 4.5. It's giving matches fives is like, that's like the classic of the classic. That's like boom, like that's like instant fucking, like this is in the vault for some of the greatest shit you ever seen.
Got you.
So but 4.5 is like, yo, this was
a
great.
banger.
This was amazing. They did a great job. I don't know if we'll see a rematch of this. Or whatever way it goes, it's in a positive direction, I feel like, for everybody.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could see that. I would be more than happy to see match after match after match.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't mind a good trilogy.
Yeah,
or whatever out of this, because if they could give me that again, and I would still enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Demon Finn versus Damian Priest is coming.
Crazy.
It's crazy. That's even though hot.
I pray to God that they don't go, oh well, if you're gonna do Demon Finn, then maybe I should do the Archer.
No.
If they do that shit,
I'll be looking at the TV like this. No, don't do that stupid.
Honestly, I see, from what I've seen out of Damian Priest, he's slated for me. I feel like he's gonna be Undertaker levels of hot in the future. I can see it. Like, and it's cool because it's a mix of Deadman and American Badass for me.
Yeah,
so
I can see what you're saying. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like, and it might be like a bold statement right now, but I think I can see that happening later on in the future.
Well, I think now that this has happened, I think Priest is gonna be looked at, I mean, from this point on, as a babyface. So I think maybe that will kind of gauge that. You know what I'm saying? Like what you were saying, like in this situation, can he reach, and maybe not even necessarily like the baby face, but kind of like the anti-hero.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the anti-hero.
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I could, like, Dark Knight type of thing.
I get it.
So yeah, I can see that developing over the years. Like if he puts together some really good solid matches going forward, I think in about 5 years, we'll be having a different conversation about Damian.
And we've seen that he can. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we go on to the main event of the evening: Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Y'all, I was the only odd one out, and I chose Solo Sikoa.
Fucking dummy.
Eat a dick.
What an
All
idiot.
of y'all eat a dick.
No, me and you cool. Fuck Derek.
And
I'm out.
So the reason that I chose Solo was because I felt like it was only like uh it was only appropriate seeing that the night before um Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga they won the tag titles. So I was like, oh, they're gonna do this the whole bring the gold to the bloodline deal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Cody ended up winning. It was a solid match. I mean,
It was.
Solo showed out. Cody showed out. I feel like this was the best way to do the whole bloodline rules match because they were out there with each other for a good amount of time so that they could like wrestle and showcase their shit and
Yeah.
do everything that they wanted to.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't interference from the word go.
yeah, you know.
It wasn't like overbearing.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't
Yeah.
overbearing with the whole bloodline rules thing.
For sure.
You had a good amount of time for them to just kind of tell the story. And then later on, have the Gorillas of Destiny come out.
Yeah, like I feel like they like learned from their mistakes with the previous bloodline rules match.
Yeah. I agree.
Right. Yeah.
I agree.
Sure.
I mean we did. We had the Gorillas of Destiny come out, and we had Kevin Owens and Randy Orton come out, and then we had Jacob Fatu come out and do his thing. I loved Jacob Fatu's part in this match.
Yo, he looks fantastic every time he's out there.
Oh yeah.
He don't even have to do shit.
I know.
He just looks like a fucking menace, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, that element to a professional wrestler, that's one of the best things you can have. Like, you don't even have to do nothing or say nothing. You can just look like a fucking maniac.
Yep.
Like he's perfect for that.
Yeah, so when he jumped off the top rope onto the announce table and he like hurt his leg or whatever, and he was he didn't like wince or he wasn't like out of commission. He's fucking pissed off. He's fucking throwing chairs. He's like, fucking go get him.
Get him, Solo, goddammit, get him.
Go fucking finish it. Like he was it was just like it shows that whole like you said, Merson, like it showed the whole thing that he's just a menace. Like he just doesn't give a fuck. He'll risk life and limb for Solo. He just has that like undying loyalty, and the fact that he's so loyal makes him so dangerous.
I love that too. It's perfect, man. It's like his character is incredible.
Yeah, and I've said this at least to Eddie before, but I mean, just in general, I love this iteration of the bloodline so much more because it's not people just trying to be sneaky and squeak out a win and try and like eke out a like oh look, well I can distract the ref here and you can low blow and like it's not it. That was like the previous bloodline. They were winning on some pussy ass shit it wasn't like they weren't physically dominant. They weren't like these monsters that fucking tore everybody apart.
They were like sneaking in, getting a super kick in and shit.
Yeah, it was just all of this pussy ass shit. And this bloodline is like, no. We are here to fuck you up.
Nah, they them boys on the block for real.
Yeah, like, for real.
They them boys on the block that walk down the street and you look at them like,
this is like
probably don't want to fuck with them, bro.
This is like the new generation of Nation of Domination.
Yeah. Like, no, I can see that.
Yeah. I like it.
They had Nation of Domination, the Nexus when they first came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like that was like I feel like they're very much a formidable force. Like they are like it's definitely because before it was like, oh, here comes the bloodline doing their bullshit. And now it's like now it's like, oh, you don't want to fuck with the bloodline.
That's
before it's like, hey, watch out for the bloodline, they'll cheat. And now it's like, fucking watch out for the bloodline, they'll fuck you up.
Bloodline will put your ass through hell. Yeah. Man, it was very, very, very solid match. I could tell, like, I like how you could tell that Solo did his homework when, like, at the beginning of the match, he was countering like Cody's moves, like he was, because you haven't really seen that from him yet, like, I was kind of curious he would how he would come across in a main event, big match, title situation like this,
right?
And I feel like he did a great job. Like, he really came out there.
Solo really impressed me.
Yeah, it made it look like he belonged there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, at first, before the match, I was like, I mean, I get why they doing this, but does Solo really have that element to him to be in a main event picture?
Right.
Well, yeah, because in the original Bloodline, Solo was sort of booked as the Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts. He was that. Well, I'm the aggressive one that's gonna hurt you,
right?
And that's all I do is I just steamroll through people, like, right. So like, they never showcased him.
Never showed him
learning
as, like,
and
real Matt like ability, but he did a fantastic job on that shit. Even down to the shit talking he was doing, like, which I can tell, he learned a lot of that from Roman. Like, I can tell that's what, because he's like, I'm gonna beat your ass in front of your family and shit like that. Like, he's saying stuff like that. I'm like, like that adds realness to it for me, like, when I hear stuff like that, because that's what motherfuckers say when they really about to get into it.
Right.
Like, bitch, I'll beat your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like a real situation to me. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And going back to the interference, like, how they did it, like, I think it was great how they did it. Like, they brought the Loas came in first, and the Gorillas of Destiny, they came in, did their thing. Then here comes Kevin Owens. Then he gets overmatched. Then here comes Randy. Like it all made sense, and it all wasn't like too crazy. It was right.
They had just
an
enough
order to it.
Right.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They had just enough of Gorilla's Destiny. They had just enough of KO and Randy Orton. They had just enough of Jacob Fatu. And segueing into that, we got what we all thought was gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
The OTC.
The OTC. What the fuck does that mean, bro?
The original tribal chief.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't even. I'm sitting there like looking at that T-shirt, like, what does that?
See, I wish it had been RTC, the real tribal chief.
Right.
I mean, that was
because to me, if you're saying you're the original, then you're saying there's a new one.
Yeah.
Right.
You're acknowledging.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But
man.
And even with that, there was just enough Roman Reigns. You know what I mean?
Facts,
like, it wasn't like he overshadowed the whole thing. Yep. We were still able to keep our heads into the fact that it was still it was still Roman, it was still Cody and Solo.
Can you keep your head in that? Because it seems like you're struggling.
Obviously fucking not. But but we're still remembering that it was Solo and Cody for the title.
I think they played that perfectly, because they hit his music. We was like, oh shit, Roman is back. Of course, that's he makes the slow, methodical walk down to the ring. You didn't get no promo from him. You didn't get none of that. He came in, Solo, hit him with the Superman punch, handled the business, and got out of there. And I was like, that's the perfect way to do it. And then,
he spared him too, right?
He did spare him too. My bad. Yeah, he did spare him too. But I think they played it so well to, like, he looked at Cody, gave him that little nod, like, my beef is with him, not you right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, almost like
don't get it twisted. I didn't do this for you.
Yeah, I did this for me. Like, me and you can still get to it. I want my shit back.
Yeah, right. Like,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly. He was just like,
then
hey, like,
and
don't get it fucked up. I
yeah,
came because he's talking and he's running his mouth.
yeah. But I
But
ain't done with you either.
yeah, but I ain't done with you yet. I'm coming
Yeah.
for mine.
And he left the ring and Cody and that like the little details of that too was dope
Yeah.
because Cody the whole time like just staring at him like motherfucker like
You know,
looking at him like okay like I appreciate that but what the fuck like
I'll see you
like
later. Yeah.
yeah I okay
what
I know what's up now like I know this ain't we gonna do this again.
so what if, because like what I want to happen, right? I want dueling bloodlines.
Oh, we're
So
definitely getting that
we
Survivor
we
Series.
we
well,
definitely had that
well,
conversation.
wait, but what I want is so Roman, right?
Mhm.
And then the Usos back together with Roman and Sami Zayn.
Should be lit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
that
lie.
that you get yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna get that at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
Have to,
You know that we
have
will,
to. There's no way they can't do that.
right?
for sure.
Get him in the old War Games match.
Have to. Yeah,
Yes.
that shit would be
Yes.
insane. Like the building would go up
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
seeing
dude.
that. Seeing that.
Um, I gave this match a 4. Solid match. Just like we said, you know what I mean? We got the wrestling, we got the story, we got just the right amount of everything. Um, it didn't completely stand out, but it definitely was better than apart from the
Hmm.
Priest Gunther match, it was definitely better than everything else on the card.
Yeah.
So I gave it a
Um,
5.
I would give it a 4.25. I would have given it a 4.5 had Paul Heyman come out with Roman
Yeah,
Reigns.
I feel like that was missing.
I would have
Like
loved to see that.
I'm very sad that
I was
didn't
hoping we would have
happen.
got that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, like not. I think that it was told in exactly the right way, and it was done as well as it could have been done. Like
Uh
I don't know what else you say about it. I mean, it was
yeah, yeah,
any other way that they had attempted it would have been obnoxious
yeah,
and just heavy
yeah,
handed.
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with Eddie, man. I'm gonna give it a 4. For all the yeah, we said all the reasons, but yeah, it was just it was a good match. It was a good main event. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
you got what you needed. They timed it really well. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You got Roman's return, which is everybody was waiting for that. It was a big moment. Crowd went crazy when he came out. Um, you got just enough of him to like the little details at the end that was great. Like I think overall, it's a big moment for Solo. Just in a main event picture, it proves that I mean Cody can really just wrestle with anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he is a very dependable
Oh yeah.
champion. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what I was thinking too, watching the match. Aside from all the other stuff,
Mhm.
I was like, man, Cody is a dependable champion, bro.
He really is.
Like he can pretty much wrestle anyone of any type, any style,
Hmm.
whatever. Um, he has things that he does that have big impacts that always look great
Yep.
within the flow of the match.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's dope to like kind of see the run and see like it developing for
Hmm.
him. And I know at some point he's gonna have to lose the title, but I also feel like he'll end up being a multiple time champion.
Oh,
You know
absolutely.
Yeah.
what I mean? Like if whenever this run ends, he's gonna have probably 5, 6 more, maybe even more than
Right.
that. Who knows?
Right.
But yeah, he's a dependable champion. I can tell, like he worked, like he put in all the work
Yeah.
Hmm.
necessary to be able to do what he's doing, and I gain respect for him. The more time goes on, like before it was kind of just like, man, I just want to see somebody beat Roman in that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now I'm kind of like watching because I mean he hasn't had a bad match since he won that title.
Right.
You know, now and I understand like it's like a tough time in between like WrestleMania getting to SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people are taking breaks and nursing injuries and doing all that shit, you know.
Right.
And you the champ now, and this guy had a long ass run, and you trying to figure out how to have your own run and make it, you know, stand out on its
Right.
own.
Mm-hmm.
And so you gotta figure that out until you can get back to a Roman can return or something like that, you know.
Right.
And I feel like he's done a pretty good job of sustaining,
Mm-hmm.
you know, until and it's clear that Roman is still the guy. Like Roman's still the number one dude in WWE, but I think Cody is making the case that he'll always be up there in the picture.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
agree.
I started getting, pretty hot on Cody Rhodes, like like even back in the Legacy days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what was it? He was with Ted DiBiase Jr., right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and never, ever, ever, like, and at first I couldn't care less about either one of them, but as time went on, I my how much I cared about DiBiase stayed the same.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
Right.
but like by how much I cared about Cody, like kept going up,
Yeah.
even during fucking Stardust when he was
Right.
saddled with that bullshit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, dashing Cody Rhodes and then like
Dashing
not
Cody
too long,
Rhodes was one of my favorites.
That
like,
shit was funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
like, I
That
mean,
and I
I
wasn't
think
as
he
tuned
can,
in at that time
yeah,
to
like both of
the
those
product,
characters
but
though, both of those characters showed me that no matter what bullshit they saddle Cody Rhodes with, he will give it everything he can to
Mm-hmm.
make it work. Whether it
yeah,
works or not, he will do
yeah,
everything he can to make it work.
I
for
just
sure.
saw this YouTube short where Chris Van Vliet was interviewing him about Stardust, and he pulled up this old clip about how he was like, where he was like, well, Cody Rhodes can be found in the Alaskan archipelago, and he's got a full beard. Isn't that crazy? And he's just like in full Stardust get up and stuff. And he was talking about it, and Cody was like, "Yeah, man, Alaskan archipelago. Like, I I was playing a lot of fucking Metal Gear Solid, and that's where Snake was." And so,
Oh shit.
but like it shows that
That's too
he
funny.
does. It shows that he does give
Yeah.
everything he
Yeah.
can, and I'm very excited to see where it goes from here because
Same.
it
Yeah.
seems like WrestleMania almost, where it's just like, whoa, where's the story going now?
Yeah.
You
For
know,
real. For real. Big
so
four.
yeah,
Yeah.
so pay-per-view overall gets a 4 from me. It'd be a 4.5 had it not been for that stupid ass fucking CM Punk and Drew match. I feel like everybody that was playing their part tonight played it. Like, and
Yeah.
everybody
Oh
that
yeah.
was supposed to, like, was inserted exactly where they were supposed to be and did their job
Mhm.
just where they needed to do it.
Yep.
So yeah, 4 for me.
Yeah. I would say the same.
I'm
Like
gonna
for the same
yeah.
reasons. I mean, the first two matches were kind of, ho hum, but that was okay. And then when we hit the Drew Punk match, I was like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I for across the board. Yeah. It was a solid SummerSlam, man. It was overall it was solid. Like you said, first two matches was whatever, you know. The story in the first match was good.
Mhm.
So, you know, that upped that a little bit. I was interested. You know, the Sammy Bryan match was a squash. We talked about that. Um, you know, it started turning up, you know, once Logan Paul and LA Knight got out there. and it stayed up there until the Punk and Drew match. But then after that was over, they got right back to it with the match of the night with Gunther and Damian Priest. So, and then it was, had a good main event and Roman's return. So I would say all of those things, besides whatever negatives, it deserves a 4.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Big shout out to Jelly Roll getting involved during the R-Truth and
that was smooth. That was a smooth choke slam.
Man, he was just like,
that was a smooth choke slam. I gotta give it to him. I was like, damn, you been working on that shit.
Right.
Between singing "Son of a Sinner" at the Red Rock, at the Red Rocks in goddamn Colorado and shit.
Right.
Like you worked on that choke slam.
He did his thing. So that concludes our episode. Hit us in the comments. Let us know if you agreed with us, if you didn't agree with us. Call us wrong and stupid or whatever the fuck you want to call us. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On X and Instagram at Nerd Corp Podcast.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcorppodcast@gmail.com. Also, if you're watching us here on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Get us into as many nerdy ears as possible, because that's the best way to do that.
Yeah, and Eddie needs bail money to get out of that cell he's in.
Right? Fuck.
Damn. I didn't even know you was down bad like that, bro.
I could touch the fucking walls. If you love us and want to support what we do, consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcourt podcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra content and bonus episodes. We'd love to thank our Nerd Corporate backers, Glenn the Simp, Fillmore McLaurin, and Jake Hurst. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Fillmore. We love you guys. If you can't make a monthly contribution, consider supporting us on PayPal, paypal.me/nerdcourtpodcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that's the best way to do that. So, from all of us here at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you. We love you. Keep it nerdy, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah, glow.
Stop a little pussy, always so shit.